Hi guys, I'm going to position this camera so you can see us, but today we are making turkey chili in the crock pot, and I'm doing the best that I can to position the camera so you can see us, because I have a stand. I'm probably going to go grab that, but I'm going to put everything that we're using in the description bar along with the recipe, but you'll be able to see what we're doing as we're doing it. So thank you for watching. Alright, so we're trying to prep our recipe, have our stuff already ready. So we have 2 teaspoons. I used 2 tablespoons. I just realized that the recipe said 2 teaspoons and I used 2 tablespoons. But oh well, it was good. So we're going to stick it with the 2 tablespoons. And then same thing with the oregano. I use tablespoons instead of teaspoons, but I think that it works out using tablespoons just to taste better. So 1 teaspoon of oregano. I didn't even trip off of that till right now. And 1 teaspoon of ground cumin. Buy the cheap cumin if you're not a person that uses cumin a lot, because was it like $9.99 for a little thing like that? And then we got our tomato paste, 2 tablespoons of that. I actually ended up using 3. I went back and added more, 3.5 I'd say. It just depends on how much meat you have, because we tried to make sure it was evenly coated. Then for our garlic, calls for 2 cloves of garlic, but I have minced garlic in a jar, so I ended up using 4 tablespoons. And of course we have to have our jalapeno. We only used 1. And then about 3/4 of a bell pepper. Didn't use the whole thing. Chopped it as small as I could. You don't have to see me chop the whole thing, but you get the idea. Okay, and then we're gonna use, recipe says 1 red onion, but we didn't want it to be too much onion, so I barely even use like even 1/4 of onion. I wouldn't even say. Just use how much onion you want. You're gonna chop it up small anyway, but I had to go wash my knife off. You just chop it as fine and small. But you're gonna saute it, so just try to make sure that it's small as possible. So you take your 1 tablespoon of some extra virgin olive oil, heat your oil in a skillet, medium high heat. I just had mine on medium. And once your oil gets hot, you add your onion and your pepper to the pan. The recipe says to cook it about 4 minutes, but just cook it until you see that it's getting soft. You don't want to cook it where it starts to stick to the pan or it starts to burn. So I say I did it for maybe about 3 minutes. 3 minutes and 30 seconds or something like that. I should have aimed the camera in the pan so you can see what it looks like, and I have about 1 pound, 0.65 of lean ground turkey meat. Recipe calls for 1.5 pounds, but I had a little bit extra for the package, and you just cook that until the turkey is golden brown. It doesn't have to be cooked all the way because it's going to cook at the rest in the crock pot. Season to your liking of salt and pepper. Then you add your garlic and your tomato paste and cook for about 2 minutes. This tomato paste is really thick. I had to get a spoon. Like it wouldn't just come off when I tried to hit it on the pan. So this is what you're looking like right now. Why it's like I can smell it through the picture. Had to give the camera to my sister. It's too hard to cook and stir at the same time. Cook, stir, and hold the phone. I didn't want to end up dropping the phone. Just adding some more tomato paste. And now you add it to the crock pot. So basically, I think you can use whichever beans that you like for yourself. So the recipe says kidney beans and black beans. And it also called for chopped tomatoes, but we use crushed tomatoes instead of chopped tomatoes because the kids don't really like tomatoes and we didn't want them to be picking out anything. And then we have two 15-ounce cans of red low sodium kidney beans and two 15-ounce cans of chili pinto beans, also low sodium. And the crushed tomatoes can we had was 28 ounces. We probably could have just went with a 15-ounce can. So we used basically like half of the can, I believe. Was it half and we added some more? Yeah. We add our beans. We drained the juice too of the beans because we didn't want it to be really liquidy. We wanted it to be kind of thick. Now you're gonna add your 1.5 cup of low sodium chicken broth. Then mix it up together. And then you add your chili powder and cumin and oregano that's already mixed together and mix it up. And then we added our jalapeños. Next time though, we're probably gonna slice them, like dice them. We just wanted it to have a little spice, but we didn't want to put too many jalapeños because of the kids. But it really wasn't that spicy. Then we just added a little bit more of the crushed tomatoes. Then I did add a little bit more chicken broth, but I probably won't do that next time. So it'd be a little bit more thick. But we had it with rice, so it was still cool. So you turn your crock pot on to high, cook it for 4 hours, and then we came and stir it occasionally just to make sure everything was all stirred together. And here is the final result. We made rice to go with it. You can have it with crackers if you want, whatever you want to do. You can sprinkle it with green onions, but since we had jalapenos, we didn't, so we sprinkled the cheese. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video. Stay safe. Love you guys. Bye.